That's not all. Before Kendrick turned him down, Thug tried to hit up Andre 3000 for a feature. Guess what? Andre didn't even bother picking up the phone. Thug, being Thug, then went off saying no one listens to Andre's music, so why even call him in the first place? Kendrick saw all this, and if you listen closely to songs like Squabble Up or Euphoria, he's clearly throwing shade at Thug's petty move.
Welcome back to your daily dose of scandal and glamour. Kendrick Lamar just came swinging with fire. He finally clapped back, unloading a ruthless track that takes direct shots at both Drake and Young Thug, and fans are calling it one of his coldest disses ever. After weeks of shady lines, subliminals, and messy leaks, Kendrick broke the silence in brutal fashion, and the streets are saying this might be the knockout punch. On the record, Kendrick drags Drake for hiding behind industry smoke and mirrors, clowning his emotional outbursts and questioning whether the man has ever really been authentic. Then he turns his aim on Young Thug, roasting that leaked prison call where Thug tried to downplay his legacy. Kendrick spits back with venom, basically saying, "You talking from a cell, but you ain't built what I built." The way he delivered it, sharp, cutting, and unapologetic, made it clear he's not just defending his crown, he's putting rivals in their place. The second the track hit streaming, chaos erupted online. Hashtags like hashtag Kendrick Strikes Back and hashtag Drake and Thug went global in minutes, while memes, reaction clips, and bar-for-bar breakdowns flooded TikTok and YouTube. People couldn't stop replaying the savage bars, dissecting every word like a crime scene. Industry insiders are calling this a career-defining blow, the type of move only Kendrick could pull off. They're saying he just reminded everyone that he's the most dangerous lyricist alive.
Kendrick Lamar has officially fired back, dropping a blistering response that takes aim at both Drake and Young Thug, and the internet is calling it one of his most savage moments yet. After weeks of tension, subliminal shots, and viral leaks, Kendrick finally broke his silence with a new track that's already being hailed as a classic diss record. On the record, Kendrick doesn't mince words. He calls out Drake for industry smoke and mirrors and mocks his public meltdowns while questioning his authenticity. Turning to Young Thug, he ridicules the leaked prison call in which Thug dismissed his legacy, rapping, "Talking from a cell but never built what I built." The delivery is razor sharp, signaling that Kendrick isn't just defending his crown, he's crushing anyone daring to reach for it.
Someone who can dismantle reputations with a single verse. With Drake's image rattled and Young Thug still locked up, Kendrick couldn't have timed this attack any better. Cold, calculated, and devastating. This moment shook hip-hop to its core, a shot fired straight through the culture. Kendrick Lamar is showing himself as the exact opposite of all the loud, messy noise around him, standing tall like a symbol of discipline, power, and focus. While other rappers spend their days crying online about missed features and petty drama, Kendrick cuts through the chaos with precision, like a blade slicing the fake from the real. Even the Ice Spice collaborator looks stuck in his own little bubble. But Kendrick, he's moving with purpose, dominance, and a message that feels bigger than music. Now he's not just dropping bars, he's stepping into the global spotlight with a calculated strike. His latest move? A groundbreaking Gatorade campaign rolling out heavy across sports culture. Right as the NFL season begins, the NBA is gearing up, and the WNBA playoffs hit peak intensity. The timing isn't just sharp, it's strategic, and people know it. Kendrick isn't playing background either. He's not some silent cameo tossed in for clout. He's giving a full-on speech, delivering one of the boldest, most significant public statements we've seen from him in years. The campaign runs with his track Hey, now from GNX, swapping out the earlier Peekaboo teaser, and the energy feels like a passing of the torch moment. In a climate where fans are desperate for a rapper with real integrity, Kendrick is stepping up to lead. The very first words he speaks hit like lightning. How much sweat are you willing to lose? And then, with even more conviction, he doubles down. Because when you do that, you surpass the hype. You inspire generation after generation. His words shook arenas, exploded across social feeds, and ricocheted through headlines, becoming a rallying cry for the culture. He closed out with a final challenge, repeating it with raw power. How much are you willing to lose? And just like that, Kendrick reframed the whole game, because that question defines just how far someone's willing to go to actually win. Kendrick's words hit like a buzzer beater at the shot clock, waking up the entire culture in one strike. The message is undeniable.
Turned down a collab with Young Thug. Three things have already made him see Thug for who he really is. First off, Thug and Drake, yeah, they're pretty much cut from the same cloth. After Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, Drake lost a lot of OG fans, and then he sued UMG, accusing Kendrick of faking streams. Funny thing is, Drake's the one who's been buying fake streams to boost his own album on the Billboard charts. How ironic. Thug's not much better either. He dropped $50,000 on fake streams to boost his and Gunna's album. Looks like Kendrick wasn't just going after Drake and Not Like Us. He was low-key calling out Thug too.
Kendrick Lamar isn't just a rapper anymore, he's standing shoulder to shoulder with elite names like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Cooper Flagg, and Caitlin Clark. He's carrying that same championship aura, speaking truths deeper than most in the game, and proving through action exactly why he keeps winning while others fall behind. This isn't empty rap chatter. It's a championship mentality brought straight into the booth. While the rap game is drowning in surface-level talk and tired gimmicks, Kendrick's mindset mirrors the dedication of top-tier athletes chasing GOAT status. He's locked in, focused, and unwilling to settle for shortcuts, which is why his every move feels bigger than music itself. Meanwhile, the so-called heavyweights of rap are getting soft. Their dominance has lasted over a decade, but now they're folding under pressure like tissue paper, chasing clout instead of greatness. Kendrick, on the other hand, is locked in like a warrior hungry for legacy. His bars aren't about flexing chains or flashy distractions. They're about grind, sacrifice, and discipline. He's calling out the fake posturing that floods social media and inspiring a whole generation to demand more from their leaders in hip-hop. His challenge, to be willing to lose something in order to win everything, has never felt more urgent. It's a warning shot to every wannabe who claims rapper but doesn't put in the real work. Kendrick's message is simple. The bar is raised, the game is shifting, and only those willing to bleed for greatness will survive. And these Gatorade collaborations, they keep landing like calculated punches. Every time the culture heats up, Kendrick times his next move perfectly. Last time, the campaign dropped right in the middle of Joey and Drake's back and forth. And this timing was no accident. It was cold, sharp, and surgical, proving once again that every move Kendrick makes is deliberate and devastating. This wasn't just a flex, it was a full-blown power move stamped in history. And the timing, too perfect to be a coincidence. While Drake was at home playing film director and Young Thug tried to flex his act.
Never be bigger than Drake, ever in life. Never be bigger, but gonna do it right. But everybody, you know how many like Drake change? How many they take care of their family because of butter? Kendrick, then put it. You're a superstar. You don't ran up you a few hundred him, but you ain't put nobody on though. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on. Because you and him doing this, ain't really doing that. Put somebody on. It's okay to run you a few hundred M's up, but who you?
Skills from the sidelines. Kendrick stayed true, stayed authentic, and collected real accolades that nobody could deny. He walked away with multiple Emmys for his legendary Super Bowl halftime performance. Then on the very same night, snatched VMAs for Not Like Us. That's not just a win. That's domination on all fronts. The synergy had the headlines spinning out of control. This wasn't hype. This was history being written in real time. Kendrick Lamar officially became only the third person ever to hold multiple Emmys, Grammys, and a Pulitzer Prize. Let that sink in. This isn't just rap royalty anymore. This is global cultural dominance. His name is now stamped in a league most artists could never even dream of touching. Seeing Kendrick rise to such untouchable heights shows just how far ahead he really is. Not just of rappers, but of all artists, across every genre. While the Ice Spice diehards and OVO loyalists scramble online with conspiracy theories calling everything an industry setup, their claims look weak, flimsy, and straight up desperate next to the cold, hard receipts Kendrick keeps dropping. No tinfoil hat can cover the truth. Kendrick is making history, and the world is watching it unfold live. He's winning on a level most can't even imagine, holding firm on principles while others buckle under pressure. His grind, discipline, and dominance put him side by side with the NBA's #1 draft pick and two of pro football's biggest stars, proving that right now Kendrick isn't just part of the culture, he is the culture. Kendrick's cultural reach is spilling into every lane imaginable, proving once again that while other rappers crash out, self-destruct, or flat out embarrass their legacies, he keeps soaring higher. Each trophy he adds, from Emmys to Grammys to a Pulitzer, is more than just hardware. It's proof he's rewriting the blueprint of what a rapper's career can even be. This isn't luck. It's mastery of longevity on display for the world to see. His consistency alone is an achievement that humbles the entire industry. But it's not just about awards.
Yeah. You did all that. Man, you ain't help nobody really gaining no fans off of you. Keem ain't dead. Keem love hell. They can't sell no ticket. Watch out. I truly believe you do a song on me, Wham, Dirt, Moneybag, Savage. I truly believe we'll have your ass, though, trending. Like, they're gonna be like people in the real world. not the rap world. You know what I'm saying?
What if Thug was a hater before jail? Or did jail just make him bitter while he was in there?
He probably was bitter. You
Niggas
sitting
be
in
getting
jail.
upset when they don't get features like that for real.
It's about the way Kendrick plays the long game. While rivals scream for attention, chase headlines, and collapse under pressure, Kendrick moves in silence, letting patience build his power. It's almost like he's been sitting back, waiting for the culture to finally catch up to the truths he's been dropping all along. And that quiet dominance, it only makes the mystery of his next move even more electrifying. Now the whispers are heating up. A new rumor is lighting up the rap world. People are convinced Kendrick Lamar is about to drop new music sooner than anyone expected. Devin Malik from TDE, who rocked the stage at the Pop-Out and has worked with heavyweights like Gucci and CE Hoolboy Q, just posted a cryptic message online. Considering he was the first to confirm Kendrick's last album, GNX, fans are taking his words as a serious signal that something big is brewing. The buzz is blazing hot. People are saying this is lining up too perfectly for anything less than a massive return. Be ready, because Kendrick Lamar might spin the block and shut everything down with a seismic release at any moment. Even if it doesn't drop right away, one thing's clear. Kendrick and the TDE camp are in the lab, plotting like championship strategists behind the scenes. And the timing makes it even crazier, because right as Kendrick's camp is moving in silence, Drake just went weirder than ever, obsessing over him with what looks like an entire album crafted just to take shots. The contrast couldn't be louder. One man plotting his next empire move, the other spiraling into obsession. Fans are calling it the Ice Spice Pen's White Man Project, an album drowning in Kendrick obsession, with Drake's fingerprints all over it. The whole thing feels less like a rap record and more like a diary of fixation. Meanwhile, Young Thug's involvement added fuel to the fire, especially after that infamous prison phone call. Even with public apologies, Thug never took back the slick words he threw at Kendrick, and the fallout has been nothing short of explosive. Insiders claim Kendrick wasn't blindsided at all. He allegedly already knew the disrespect was coming, including the stray shots fired at his cousin Baby Keem, and he'd mapped out the entire chain reaction before it even went public. That's why every move Kendrick makes now feels too sharp, too deliberate, too calculated to be coincidence. The contrast couldn't be clearer. While Young Thug wasted his energy caping for Drake and ending up looking like a hypocrite, Kendrick stayed locked in, racking up win after win and planting lyrical breadcrumbs in his music for anyone sharp enough to catch them. Just like every major turning point in hip-hop history, Kendrick has been documenting the story in advance, writing the prophecy before the culture even realizes what's happening. Since his comeback, his art has blurred into prophecy and power, solidifying his seat at the very top. This beef is being dismantled piece by piece, like a grandmaster slowly cornering opponents on a chessboard, while everyone else is still stuck rolling dice. Kendrick's 2024 album GNX wasn't just music, it was a warning wrapped in greatness, and fans are still unlocking new layers of shots buried in it. Now, another layer has surfaced, revealing even deeper subliminals than anyone first realized. And Kendrick didn't just stop at Drake. The ripple effect hit 50 Cent, Puff, and even spread into subtle jabs at legends like Lil Wayne and Snoop Dogg. The message was loud and dangerous. Nobody in the industry is untouchable. With GNX, Kendrick reminded the world that he's not only narrating the culture, he's reshaping it, redefining rivalries, exposing alliances, and forcing power players to rethink their place in the game. But here's the real twist. Fresh analysis is now exposing that GNX may have contained direct precision strikes aimed straight at Young Thug. Insiders claim certain bars match Thug's personal story so perfectly it's eerie, almost surgical. This flips the whole narrative of the album into something far bigger than fans first realized, showing Kendrick's pen wasn't just sharp, it was calculated warfare. Some listeners are even going back and digging through earlier tracks, like Whacked Out Murals, where Kendrick dropped that infamous bar about people cackling about blank. For years, many thought it was a Puff diss, but now fans are convinced it doubled as a coded shot at Young Thug too. Then he followed it up with the chilling statement, "All of you were on trial." In hindsight, that reads less like metaphor and more like a direct warning to multiple heavyweights at once. And when you line that up with the gun bar from Euphoria, suddenly the puzzle pieces click together even tighter. Fans are saying Kendrick blurred names on purpose, turning lines into double hits aimed at both Puff and Young Thug at the same time. That's not just lyricism, that's strategy on a whole different level, hitting two camps with one blow. This decoding paints GNX as even more ruthless and historic than anyone could have predicted. That's the mastery of Kendrick's craft. He deliberately blurred names, not only to flex his creativity, but maybe even to dodge legal smoke or industry consequences from calling out massive figures directly. And the mystery, it only makes the bars sting harder. Then came Squabble Up. In the second half of the track, Kendrick seemed to peel the mask off and address the situation head on. There's no confirmed proof he heard Young Thug's heated rant about not getting a Kendrick feature, but the timing and content of his verse line up too perfectly with Thug's meltdown to be coincidence. This wasn't coincidence. This was cold calculation. Looking deeper at the bars, it's obvious Kendrick either heard that call himself or had the message delivered straight to him. The frustration, the hypocrisy, the messy energy from Young Thug's outburst, Kendrick coded it all into the verse like poison tipped on a blade. This wasn't a casual mention. This was a surgical strike dressed up as poetry. Breaking down the verse shows just how wide the damage spread on Drake's side of hip-hop. His circle suddenly looks fragile, shaky, and exposed. Young Thug spilled the tension with his rant, and Kendrick flipped that leak into lyrical ammunition, turning their weakness into a weapon. This wasn't just a diss, it was a blueprint showing the implosion of an entire network. And Kendrick didn't stop there. He slid in subliminals sharp enough to slice Lil Baby and other affiliates tied into that same camp, maybe even some names that haven't surfaced publicly yet. The warning was clear. Kendrick Lamar is here to smoke out the fakes, tear up the wolf tickets, and silence the hype machine that's been propping his rivals up for years. Drake, he's no longer the untouchable gatekeeper. Kendrick just torched that illusion with a scorched earth verse that left no safe space for anyone hiding behind him. With shots like these, Kendrick isn't just throwing shade. He's mapping out the dirty politics that kept one side of hip-hop afloat for over a decade and flipping the entire board in the process. The precision is undeniable. Every word, every timing, every subliminal was chosen to send a message. The game has been run by pretenders for too long, and Kendrick Lamar is here to expose it all. This isn't beef anymore. This is demolition with a pen. Things get even tighter for Young Thug in the very next lines. After blasting the fakes, Kendrick fires off. Pipe down, Young. These some whole other politics. It's a direct but veiled strike, using Young to signal Young Thug without ever naming him outright. That's classic Kendrick, pointing the finger, drawing blood, but dodging the trap of putting a man already in legal heat directly on blast. The subtlety is genius. He wasn't trying to stomp on someone already drowning in charges, but he also refused to let hypocrisy slide. In real-world context, Young Thug's legal drama was peaking at that moment, and Kendrick's choice of words balanced restraint with ruthless clarity. This wasn't petty beef, this was chess, not checkers. Then Kendrick pushes it further with bars that cut like a mirror. Tell me why you rap if it's fictional. Tell me why you fed if you criminal. These aren't random punches. They reflect the contradictions eating the rap game alive. And when he follows with the infamous line, "A dot, can I get a drop?" and immediately answers himself, "No a line," fans took it as a direct echo of Young Thug begging for a Kendrick feature. For business is business and getting shut down cold. This section doesn't just clown Thug as a fake, it blows the lid off rap's two-faced culture. By tying it back to the earlier Gunna bar and looping the story full circle, Kendrick makes it clear he's holding the receipts. He's positioning himself not just as a competitor, but as both witness and judge over an industry full of contradictions and lies. And that's why this verse stings harder than most diss tracks, because it's wrapped in coded truth. Kendrick Lamar isn't just throwing shots, he's leading the genre into territory nobody thought it would ever reach. His music has now bled into the real world, staying in rotation for a second NFL season in a row, a signal that his influence isn't just unmatched, it's cemented in culture. The NFL is one of the biggest stages on the planet, the ultimate marquee event of the year, and Kendrick Lamar standing front and center there proves his crossover dominance like never before. He's shown the world that he isn't just kryptonite to fake rappers, he's the engine dragging hip-hop into new, uncharted territory. Every move he makes sets the bar higher, leaving no doubt why so many pretenders are crashing out while he just keeps climbing. This isn't just a win, it's a live cultural takeover happening in real time. Even that infamous Young Thug phone call about Kendrick refusing to work with certain artists looks different now. It highlights the truth. Kendrick doesn't bend for clout, doesn't sell out for quick hits. He stays locked into his own lane, building legacy brick by brick. That discipline is exactly what fuels his victories while exposing the laziness, shortcuts, and hypocrisy of those trying to grift off the art form. Every piece of the puzzle connects to one reality. Kendrick's success drives the fakes insane, not because of conspiracies, excuses, or media spins, but because his grind, vision, and authenticity are shifting the whole balance of power. His rise isn't about hype, it's about hard work, precision, and integrity, and that's why the ones built on smoke are falling apart. Right now, Kendrick Lamar stands dead center in the conversation, not just surviving, but reshaping the game itself. He's forcing rap into a new era, carrying the culture forward while rivals unravel one by one. His presence is more than dominance, it's a declaration. The future of hip-hop belongs to those who put in the real work, and Kendrick just proved it. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay in the loop with all the latest tea. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and I'll catch you in the next video.